It's very good. It's crazy how much it's been developing over the last few years. I mean, we've been learning quite a lot recently just about how much expansion there's been on the platform, and it's actually incredible seeing the product grow from its core RPA days into what it is now. You know, there's over 20 products, and it's accessing almost every part of what you would call intelligent automation, making it faster, making it more intuitive, and allowing more people to do it as well, which is exceptional, really. I mean, the journey has been amazing, and I'm really excited to see what comes next. Right now, I mean, aside from Studio and the Assistant, which just are always very robust and classic tools to be using, I think document understanding, we've seen a huge adoption of that in the past sort of year or so. It was a real need, I think, in terms of what UiPath was trying to achieve. RPA on its own is great, it's valuable, it's useful, but the inclusion of document understanding and the capabilities now that you can get to really bring that forward and tackle what was the input problem, right? So it was always the case that once the data was there, we can do a lot with it, and document understanding means that we can now really get it at its source and work with it in a full end-to-end automation, which is perfect. I'd say the other area as well is the discovery tools, something that has obviously taken a lot of investment and care recently, and I think we're really going to see them take off sort of in the next sort of couple of years, and it's really good because it tackles how you go about doing RPA. How do you get your pipeline? How do you start to take things from pilots and POCs by essentially mining those processes from the business? So it feeds perfectly into RPA, and I think the adoption is really going to pick up in the next few years. For me personally, I'm intrigued by the products that have machine learning and AI sort of built in. I guess the funny thing is so much of the platform now has elements of AI and elements of machine learning, but the AI Center is a really exciting product and something that me personally, I would love to just get to know more. I always say I'm not a coder by background, so it's only through these types of products that I'm able to explore those sorts of things. So I'd say if I can get better at that, I'd be. That's a really interesting one. UiPath has pioneered the space, I think, for the last few years and has been bringing out all of these products. And it's interesting because I feel like what we're moving towards is this full platform capability. And what I see that as is basically a framework for all types of automation. Core RPA has its place alongside all of these tools. And what's so interesting is that everything is being driven by a lot of that core capability, but you're able to bring in the other products and you're able to utilize things like machine learning and AI algorithms and stuff like that in a framework that we're comfortable with, that's easy to use, and that you don't have to be an IT person necessarily, or a coder by trade, or whatever you want to call it, and someone can pretty much pick it up and go with it. So I think what we'll see in the future is that these products will be maturing on the platform. People will begin to see more and more use and more use cases coming out, and ultimately UiPath probably won't be seen as an RPA vendor as much as an overall automation platform and an enabler for the kind of transformation that companies really need at the moment.